I'm in it just to rewrite history, cause I'm in the mood to label us the leaders of the new school. This ain't for the radio, can't find this on YouTube. This the type of killing that these critics ain't used to. Victorious, victorious, victorious. In this day and age, I got time for innovation, time to be creative, time too big to waste on my time on critics hating, flattered by your opinions to show you I'll just embrace it. Now watch a early sunrise up.
Yeah, sit, good girl, good girl. Hey, girlie, good girl. She's so big. Hi. Morning guys, so today I'm vlogging in the first time in what seems like forever. I'll show you Arrow because she's got so much bigger. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this much longer. Look how big she is. She's so cute. Her face has got like so much longer. But she gave me a nice wake up this morning. So today is like my mental health self-care day and like catching up with stuff. I ended up dropping a day at work because I need to look after myself a little bit better. I needed that extra time. I've struggled with a lot over the last couple of years and it's been a huge help in helping me get back to myself. That's what it feels like. Today I'm going to show you a few things that I do on a Friday and chat to you generally about that. I will fill you in a little bit more on some of the reasons for that in a bit, but I'm gonna start off by making my breakfast because I'm starving. You'll notice I'm back to my cooked breakfast now, which I was having porridge for a couple of months. Lately, just got really bored of it. And honestly, I realised because I started having the porridge because I thought it was quicker than doing this, but it turns out that's still really time consuming and the cooked breakfast is just as fast, if not a little bit faster. So why not have the breakfast that I really enjoy every morning? Obviously on Friday I have a little bit more time because I'm not going to work, but normally I'll wake up at like 6 AM and then have to get ready really quickly. It's my favourite breakfast. Arrow, on your bed. Good girl, well done.
Listening to Guts and commentating, explaining it, it's not a lot of us crossfitters maybe understand it, but I feel like I'm missing my words. I think I swallowed a bunch of ropes.
I have to remember to take this with me today as well because so it's like a 3-in-1 like waffle maker and donut maker. It makes donuts and cake pops and other things, but I wanted it for the waffle maker and I plugged it in and it shorted out the whole electric in the house. So it doesn't work. I need to return it and get a new one. Hopefully I remember to do that. I've just shut her in the kitchen because I need to go get dressed. And she just jumped all over everything, but she's whining at me. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then maybe later, if I get a new one that doesn't short out my electric, I can make some waffles later because I want to try some new recipes. I'm trying quite a lot of recipes at the moment because I'm writing some ebooks for you, or like recipe cards, so that you can do some of my recipes. I cook a lot of like sweet treats and like dessert ideas, but like healthy versions and versions that cram in some like vegetables. So I made like a pumpkin cake the other day, and I love making like carrot cake flapjacks. Hopefully I'm gonna get those in there. But it means I'm trialing lots of things and trying to figure it out, and waffles is one of the things that I really want to do. I need to get that sorted. Fingers crossed for me. Just before I get ready for the gym, I'm gonna procrastinate a little bit and have a chat to you. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably would have seen the post I put up the other day. I'm not gonna go over it again because frankly, I don't want to talk about it. It's really hard for me. It's been a very difficult few years. I think now you can see why it's been so hard and a little bit of what I've been going through. Obviously, the reporting side of things, that had to happen. I did that in 2019 and I've been really struggling since then. I've been quite open and honest about it on my social media, on my YouTube. I have PTSD now and I had EMDR treatment. I think actually the last home vlog I did with you was my last EMDR session, so you know how well that went, and that really helped me get out of that kind of hole that I'd been in, that bad mental health state that I'd been in for several years. At the worst, I was having like flashbacks, and in the middle of the day and also at night I was screaming like get off me, and throwing punches and crying. It was just the worst you could imagine, and I had a few in the middle of the day. I just had to get myself to a toilet and I was just curling up in a ball, shaking and crying for like 30 minutes. They can be horrendous, but really I'm so thankful that now I'm at the point where I basically don't have flashbacks, and that's completely because of EMDR treatment that I had. So I massively recommend it if any of you have got serious trauma that you need to get through. I had CBT in the past and I didn't find it that helpful, but EMDR is amazing. The way she explained it to me is it helps you process your trauma, it helps you remove those blockages. I felt like I could just look at it, I could see what had happened to me, and a lot of the stuff, not just that one incident, but a lot of the stuff previously that have had such a massive negative impact on me. I've been through so much in my life. I don't think anybody deserves to have gone through as much as I've gone through. I feel like I'm finally out of the other side. I feel like I'm starting a new chapter of my life, but with that, the responsibility is now on me to look after myself, make sure I feel mentally and physically healthy. And one of the things I had to do to maintain my mental health now is take a day off work, and so now I work 4 days a week. I'm a teacher, it's quite stressful, it's quite full on being a teacher, I'm sure a lot of you know, and I just needed an extra day just to be able to get counselling and more therapy if I need it, and look after myself, just have like a self-care mental health day, and the difference it's made is insane. I've only started having that day off since September, and honestly the first half of September was really packed because I was travelling for competitions and stuff. So I would go up on the Friday, which is very helpful, but isn't really a mental health day. But now, over the last 2 months, like October and November, I've been able to have a few more, and it makes such a difference. Even now this morning, I already feel kind of recovered from my week. I'm about to go to the gym, which is one of the things that I do to help look after myself. I really enjoy going to the gym in the mornings on a Friday. So I'm going to start with that and then drop back that parcel and come home and do more things that make me feel good. Just look after myself. I think I'm gonna get like a really nice lunch today, like full of nutrients and veggies and maybe salmon or something. Salmon's like my favourite, but I'm gonna get something that makes me feel good, I think, from Sainsbury's, and then we'll catch up again later. I'm feeling really sore at the moment. I've trained hard this week, but I'm sure I'll be fine. So this is today's outfit. Funny story, I actually hate avocados. Halo obviously sent me kit and they've sent me these and they're really nice. And I'm obviously gonna wear them anyway because they look so cool. But yeah, I don't like avocados. It's like grass, like mushy grass spread. Why? And it's really high in calories and not as nutrient dense as you'd like it to be. I don't understand. Let me know in the comments below why you like avocados. Please explain it to me, because I've tried them a million times and they're horrible. It's just like wet. It's wet and mushy. I think it's like a sensory thing for me. I don't like it. But they look pretty, so I'm gonna go with the shorts. Obviously it's like winter now and it's kind of cold, so I'm gonna have to put on some like tracky bottoms and stuff, but I guarantee in the first 10 minutes it's all gonna come off because I get too hot. I love doing morning gym sessions. It's just, I've got so much more energy in the morning. It just feels like more me. Obviously I have to train after work because I have a job. But if I didn't, I think I would train at 9:30. I'm just having a like food spring sparkling energy thing before I go in because I need a little bit of extra caffeine. I've had my coffee this morning, but these are like, so Noccos are quite high in caffeine, although not that high, but my anxiety is affected quite a lot by caffeine. although I drink it a lot. If I'm having something that's like a pre-workout or something to have before the gym, I tend to go for this because it's got 32 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is not too much. It's just enough to give me a bit of a kick, and it tastes like, it doesn't taste really sweet. It tastes like sparkling water, kind of like fruity sparkling water. So yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna head in. I'm a little bit early, might do some stretching or something first. Yeah, and have a look at the workout. I'm so sore. I did ring dips like 2 days ago, so my chest is really sore. And I did endurance last night, and endurance workouts is a new thing for me. I don't normally train on Thursdays, or I wasn't doing before, but now I am. And endurance workouts, there's no barbell, it's like, it's cardio. It's all cardio, like bike, row, running. We did running for 10 minutes last night and I was nearly sick, so fun. But I'm okay today, so let's go see how it goes.
Yourself not playing any game. There ain't a lot of things that I want to do. I'm a dark horse, I'm an outcast, I'm a gambler, playing on the right hand. Don't need to talk me down.
Ticking time bomb, and I'm about to explode. I got a nuclear reactor deep down in my soul. I'm 30 seconds from a meltdown. Blood is running red hot through my veins. I got a heavy metal fury, I'm coming for pain. You never have to worry, I'm gonna find you. You know that you deserve it, I'm right behind you. You got me stuck in this race, and I'm about to get even. I'm breaking out of this cage, and it's about to get heated. Hot lava in flames, I'm a freight train coming to see you. You got me stuck in this, stuck in this, stuck in this. Listen up, cause I'm only gonna say this once. You got a gold watch, but I got a silver tongue. I lay the beat down, you can drink my punch. I am the king of this jungle, you can sit down, son. You never have to worry, I'm gonna find you. You know that you deserve it, I'm right behind you. You got me stuck in this race, and I'm about to get even. I'm breaking out of this cage, and it's about to get heated. Hot lava in flames, I'm a freight train coming to see you. You got me stuck in this, stuck in this, stuck in this.
That was good. That was a good session today. Pause squats, not much of a fan of pause squats, but I did them. It was like 85%, which is quite heavy, and I was supposed to be doing 111 kilos, but I forgot to put the 0.5s on, so I did it at 110, but that's fine. It's not gonna make a huge difference. It does make a difference, and I think the reason my training has been progressing quite a lot lately is because I've been following the program to the letter and making sure I do add those extra kilos on. But I failed today, but that's okay. And then the workout was a really short one. It was like 150 double unders, which I chose to do in lifters, which was a terrible idea, but we had squat cleans and overhead squats, and I find it hard to do squat cleans and overhead squats in flat shoes, so I made the gamble of doing double unders in lifters, and I'm pleased that I did. I think it's an ongoing thing. I need to work on my ankle mobility to try and be able to do overhead squats in metcons, but it is what it is. I did quite well. I'm pleased with my time. Took me like 5 minutes, it was quite short. So training completed, which is like the first part of my self-care today. As you can see, I'm buzzing. I'm always like really happy after training. But yeah, that was just a fun session. I really enjoyed it. And I'm hungry, but first, it's only like 10:30, so it's still early. It's nowhere near lunchtime. I would normally have a snack around now, but so I might get one from Sainsbury's. But first, I've got to return this waffle thing. They should let me return it. No, I hope they do. I hate returning things. It's like there's like so much anxiety around it for me. I'd rather return stuff in shop than post it though. I hate posting things too. I just get massively into my head. So I'm gonna go deal with that. I will see you in a bit. Obviously, I was all worked up over nothing. They exchanged it, I've got a new one, hopefully it's gonna work. And they were super polite as well. I don't know why I get so wound up about it sometimes. I think like previously I might have had a couple of experiences with their customer service that were just a bit horrible to me or something, or just a bit moody, and I like tend to take that really to heart. And I think that, because obviously I've got anxiety, I think that plays more into my anxiety, so I just like worst case scenario everything before I go in. It was fine. I'm gonna go to Sainsbury's now and get some food. I'm not excited to go into Sainsbury's in my shorts that I wear to the gym, because I know I always get like awful looks from people, usually middle-aged women that are being judgmental, quite honestly, and sometimes like creepy men. But I wish it didn't happen. I wish I could just like walk into a shop wearing clothes, but it is what it is. I am not gonna put my tracksuit bottoms on because I don't want to have to take my shoes off and then do all of that. I'm gonna go look for some like really nutrient dense foods. I need vegetables. I know I need a lot of vegetables. Maybe a salad, maybe a stir fry. My body's craving like greens of some sort. Just trying out the new waffle maker, and so far so good. The electric is still on. I'm sure it was just a one-off. I think this has turned into a little bit of a full day of eating. It wasn't intended that way, but I'm Arrow's skidding around the kitchen. She's excited to see me. I didn't intend it to be a full day of eating, but I will show you what I'm eating today, because I may as well. It is part of how I look after myself. I look after my mental health. I don't eat like this every day. This is a day where I'm trying to make myself feel good. So obviously I can't afford to buy salmon every single day of the week, but I have got it today. So I got a single fillet of salmon, which were actually quite cheap from Sainsbury's. It was like $1.95, which is cool, and I fancied it with a salad. I normally try and, especially when I'm thinking about my mental health, but also physical health and just generally, I try and think about having carbohydrates, meats, fats, and all of the nutrients possible in my diet. So what I've got is I've got a salmon fillet, and then I bought some fish cakes. Normally I would have it with potatoes or something else, toast, flatbread, but today I just fancied having it with some more salmon fish cakes. But obviously I think they've got potatoes in them. Yeah, they're like breaded and they've got potatoes in them, so there's lots of carbs in these, so that will kind of hit my carbs. And I'm gonna have a salad. I've got like a spinach and kale mix. I like to get the kind of rainbow ones that have got bits of carrot in them too, just because I can't bother to chop up a load of stuff. And I love pickled things, and they're also really good for your gut. They're really good for if you're trying to stay healthy. So I've got beetroot and pickled onion. Sometimes I get stuff like sauerkraut. I think I've got a pickled coleslaw. Yeah, here we go. So it's called, it's like a spicy slaw, and I'll probably put some of that on top as well. It's really good. I haven't got any sauerkraut at the moment, but I love just adding bits to my salads. And I ate the sweet chili chicken and drank the coffee thing on the way home. I really like these. Kefir, I think it's pronounced, is a kind of yogurt, and it's supposed to be really good for your gut, and I just really like how they make me feel. I kind of wanted a coffee, also wanted some food, so I got that. It says immunity support on it as well, and obviously being a teacher in the autumn we get very ill, so I also, like on a complete whim, got these that looked really good. So there, it says a cookery lesson in a box, and I love Asian food. I've done bao buns before. I haven't made these before. I just thought they were fun, and you can keep them in the cupboard until you're gonna make them. I like making new things that I've not tried to make before, so yeah, I'm not gonna give it a go today, but I thought they were really interesting just to pick up. And they had like a whole stash of them. They had a Wagamama's kit which looked really good. I love Wagamama's, but there isn't one in Cornwall, so I might get one of those another time. And they had like a Nando's one, a few different things. The red light on my waffle maker has gone off, which means it's at temperature. I don't have any batter to use in it. I was just checking that it worked, and it seems to work, so my electric's still on. So I'm gonna go and hop in the shower, and then after that I will start my lunch. So when I get to the shower, I tend to track my training or have a look at what I've got, because it's just a good prompt. I tend to like have it stacked, so when I'm doing one thing, I like to check something else, if that makes sense. My workout today was 8.7, which is not too high, but it's not low either. I'm finding my strains lately are slightly lower than usual, but that's because I think we're doing more strength training and high intensity stuff rather than long duration. But yesterday I hit a 12.5 strain on an 88% recovery, so that's quite high. So my recovery today is 35%, I'm in the yellow. That's low, and I didn't have very good sleep either. So yeah, it has an effect. I do use my Whoop to help me keep an eye on my mental health. I know that my sleep affects my mental health a lot, so if it's coming up that I'm under recovered, it's usually because I've not been sleeping well. That often has an effect on my mental health too, so it does just really help me. I love data, and it's really easy to see. Also, when I was struggling the most with PTSD, you can see there's a huge patch on my monthly performance data of like really bad night's sleep, and you can also see the improvement over the last couple of months. And since EMDR finished, I feel like I've been processing a lot of things and getting through a lot of it. I feel like it helped, but at the time I wasn't sleeping that well during it because I was like processing a lot of stuff, whereas now I'm kind of out the other end and I feel like my sleep's improving. I feel like last night I just didn't sleep very well because my body was quite sore, and I felt a little bit on edge when I went to bed. I think my anxiety was up a little bit, but sometimes that happens towards the end of the week, which is why I need my self-care day on Friday. Yeah, that's just a little wrap up of how I'm using Whoop to support my mental health. I hope that helps you. If you would like a Whoop band yourself, I've got a link below that gives you £30 off, and the new 4 is coming out soon, and it can also do stuff like track skin temperature. So what I'm going to try and do is see if it will link with Natural Cycles. I use Natural Cycles to track my cycle. That also helps me understand my mental health. At the moment I'm on day 6, and that's usually, I'm going into the time of the month where I would start to ovulate, so I'm feeling like better. My energy starts to peak and I start to feel quite good. Towards the end of my cycle, like day, it's roughly about 30 days mine, so day like 26 to 30 I'm normally really anxious and I have to put in a lot of self-care, and day 15 is always really bad for me. I don't know why, but it is. And I get really tired around then. So yeah, I'm really hoping that when Whoop, I think there's like talk of a collaboration, but when Whoop bring out the skin temperature, I can use that for Natural Cycles instead of having to use the thermometer every morning. I just really want a crossover where you can just get data from both, because what I do is I look at natural cycles and where I am in my cycle, and then I look at my week performance, and in the journal you can track where you are in your cycle, so I can see how it affects my training and my strain and the kind of amount of energy that I can put into my workouts. But I would just like them to be linked together. Really cool. Right, I'm procrastinating. I'm gonna be honest, I'm enjoying chatting to you again. I've not done vlogs in quite a while, and they're back to stay, I think, because I've loved this today so far, and we're not even at lunchtime, so stop procrastinating, Beth. Have a shower. That's the salmon. I've put some like chili sauce on top of it. It's got pesto and sweet chili, a weird combination, and then salad with some of this. No, little one, this is not for you. On your bed. Good girl. Oh my goodness, that was so good. Now I'm gonna go and edit, I think. The reason why you trip, you practice, So I've spent probably the best part of the last couple of hours filming and editing a video. Arrow's literally just staring at me. Come on, Ellie, come on. She's been sleeping quite a lot of the time, but I think I'm gonna go take her for a walk now. Editing has been actually really nice. I quite like a little bit of quiet time during the day to just chill out and do something calm. And I do really like editing. I get quite like hyper focused when I'm doing it, just like in the zone. Today I'm editing like a double under video, which would have already gone up on my channel like last week. If there's anything that you'd like to see like tips wise, do let me know in the comments below and I will try and do one for you. Toast bar are also on my radar. I'm going to do that one soon. So that typically is what I do on a Friday, and then check my email and do all my life admin and take this one for a walk. So I'm going to go and do that, and I will see you in a bit. I'll show you some of the scenes outside. Let's go. The like main road bit is just back there. If you walk far enough up, you can just walk in the middle of the road because there's a road near us that is basically empty pretty much all the time in the evenings, and it's got the most incredible view from the top. And I love windmills. I'm like obsessed with windmills. I've mentioned this on previous vlogs, but you just get to see all the windmills and it's beautiful at sunset too. We're getting close to sunset now, as you can probably see from the orange colour, which is quite nice. So I'm feeling really good. Today's like self-care day was a good idea. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna make for tea. I think I might make something with Martin maybe. Another thing I was thinking about telling you about that I do for my like self-care is I have screen limits on my apps. I think people assume when you've got a social media platform that you spend all your time on social media, but that's not true at all. Honestly, like I can't use my phone at work, so I'm completely uncontactable on Instagram 90% of the time and any of the other platforms. But when I'm at home, I do sometimes scroll in the evening, and I know it doesn't make me feel good. So what I do is I set up a limit. I think it's an hour at the moment for all of the apps like Facebook, TikTok, which I don't really use very much, and Instagram, and that has definitely been helping me recently. I feel like I spend much less time on it, and I've got a Kindle too. Sorry, Arrow stops to sniff all the time. Yeah, I read quite a lot on the Kindle. I'm reading a book. I've just finished Vine Witch, it's called Vine Witch, which is amazing. It's fantasy. I love fantasy books, and it's about a witch that makes wine. Lots of other stuff. It's a good book. And I'm reading the sequel to that, which is The Glamourist, I think you say it. It's really good. And so through October I had a ban on myself with any like self-improvement. So I'm a bit of a self-improvement addict, and I tend to like stress myself out, and like when you're constantly on a treadmill of improving yourself, it just gets quite overwhelming. So I banned myself and I've only been allowed to read books that are escapism, like fantasy. But now it's November, I'm allowed to go back to reading books that are about self-improvement. I'm reading Atomic Habits, which I should have read years ago. It's so good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And the main reason I did that was because obviously self-improvement is quite exhausting, but I'm trying to get myself to enjoy reading because I'm incredibly dyslexic and reading is hard for me. I take quite a long time to read a book, so I didn't want to be pushing myself to read something because I wanted to know the knowledge. I just wanted to be enjoying the reading, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, it's just a couple of other things that I do. I might do a bit of reading tonight, and I think I've reached my screen limit on my phone because I had a little bit of a scroll in between editing here and there when I was waiting for things to load. Yeah, just gonna enjoy the views and then head home and just have a really chill night. Yeah. There we go. Good girl. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hot air balloon over there. It's beautiful. It's gonna be like a dot there, just above the windmills. Yeah, there's no chance you're gonna see that, but it's really cool. Wow, I've never seen a hot air balloon around in Cornwall. Not for you, dog. Tea was so good. We had pad thai, which is like one of my favourite meals ever. It was amazing. I'm just gonna make a dessert now, and then that's pretty much it. We're just gonna chill out and watch a film. Sorry about the dishwasher, it's all in the background. So I'm gonna have, it's gonna be like yogurt with protein powder in it and some biscuits and some sauce on top, and that's like my go-to dessert at the moment. That is basically my day. That's how I spend my sort of mental health day I have. Oh my god, that dessert that I'm having at the moment is so good, and it fits in my calories really well. It's not very many, I think, because of the yogurt. I feel like the protein powder and the biscuit makes it like taste a little bit like a cheesecake. It's so good. Yeah, would massively recommend it. But yeah, that is definitely a go-to at the moment. I think now I'm just gonna chill and read on my Kindle. I bought a Kindle like not too long ago. It's just, I like physical books, but I hate having to hold them. I know that sounds weird. And I can take this wherever, like I read it in the car quite a lot. If Martin's driving, I'm like on that, and it means I can bring multiple books with me because I'm quite indecisive. And obviously I can read in the dark because it lights up, which is nice. And I'm reading a lot of the like Prime books as well, because I've got Amazon Prime and you get like a load of free books just for having the membership, which I've got anyway. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that and go to bed. It's still quite early, it's like 9 o'clock, but I love an early bedtime. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked coming along with me, my little self-care day, and maybe got some ideas for your own kind of self-care day if you ever feel like you need one, or just like little things that you might have picked up to put into your life that could help you feel a bit better. I like to treat myself the way I would treat a friend if they were struggling a little bit, or if they were feeling a bit ill. That's how I treat myself. Like, I give myself all the things that make me feel happy, and that's what I've done today. And I think we all need a day like that, don't we? That's the end of the vlog. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.